I think that I probably would have been a teacher, no matter what. But the experiences you can have as a priest and a teacher, or as an oblate and a teacher, are, I think, placed in a different kind of context, a different perspective. You can really not only teach people, but minister to people, give them a sense of the meanings of things, the purposes of things. You can say, here's a job you can get, and here are the skills you need to do that job. But here's the reason why you would want to have a job, or here's the ultimate goals that you would want out of life, or here's the meanings of the kinds of things that you do.
Optimism, the ability to be a man of hope, that the present situation, when sometimes could seem a little bit dark, isn't always going to be dark. Creativity. In order to be a man of God today, it requires great imagination to dream of the endless possibilities of what your life could be like when you're working with other people in a whole host of possibilities. To dream big is really important in being an oblate of St. Francis de Sales. The world is big, and so is the church, and so are the needs of the people. And when a person can dream big, he's more willing to meet those needs with greater joy.
Well, there's just one thing. It's a question of being in love, not a romantic idea, you know. It's a question of falling in love and staying in love. And that's why the Oblates have that motto, tenui nec dimitam. Literally means I've taken hold and I will not let go. Well, what have you taken hold of? People miss that many times. What we've taken hold of is God's love, and we won't let go because we know that God won't let go. So that's the kind of thing that keeps you going. That's it's kind of a love that hopefully does not easily die.
It's also to remember that God is in love with us and that God never lets go of us. So I suppose, like any relationship is a two-way experience, so it is with our love relationship with our God. Sure, we're in love with God, but God's in love with us and will never ever let go. That's not only an idea, it's an experience, and it's an experience of God's love that we Oblates never let go of.
On Holy Thursday, this past Easter season, last week, Father Hudgen actually washed my feet at the Holy Thursday Mass. So that was extremely poignant, because we know that that's what Christ did for his disciples, and his apostles were the first priests, you know, so to speak. Jesus kind of gave them the commission, and they went out, and they were, you know, the bishops represent them today. So that was very, very poignant, because it was like, wow, you know, here is the superior of the Oblates on campus, Father Hudgen, and he's washing my feet to kind of go out among the people. And that was very powerful, because that made me think, like, oh my gosh, here we go, you know, this is it. You know, this is where I'm being kind of commissioned to that.
As the saying goes, I was having some cold feet, and I was really upset. I was sitting on the floor in my room, and the director of the seminary came through, and there was only one chair, and he sat in the chair, and I was on the floor. And I started to cry because I was so afraid. And he got out of the chair and sat on the floor with me and walked me through that little crisis that I was having. The image of him getting out of the chair, getting on the floor at my level, and being with me during my time of difficulty has really been a rich metaphor of what ministry is. It's being on the same level with people in their pain and in their joy.
Being an oblate has given me lots of opportunities. I've been able to work in high school teaching, which I did for almost 20 years. I became a high school principal of our school, Bishop Faroe High School down in Fort Myers, Florida. If I hadn't been an oblate, I might never have gone to the beautiful state of Florida, so that was definitely an opportunity that I had. Being a priest and a principal put me in a position of being able to help some students get through difficult times.
Well, I think the main thing is to figure out what they want to give their life to. I mean, life is given to us, and our big question is to figure out what we want to do with it. How do we want to share it with others, or give it away, and in what kind of contexts or meanings or purposes do you want to do that? It seems to me that being a part of an institution that's vibrant and exciting is a very good way to spend one's life, to use one's life, to share one's life. There are lots of other options that are also fine and exciting and wonderful. The religious life has special meanings because you're sort of connected with that world of religion or the transcendent most of the time, which is kind of exciting and interesting.
If somebody has within him a sense of gentleness that can connect with people, a sense of justice that can speak on behalf of the poor and those who have no voice, a sense of compassion for those who are in need of some mercy, a sense of forgiveness that can reconcile, a sense of humor that can bring light to people. If a young man had any of those dimensions within his personality, I would hope and pray that he would consider planting the seeds of those gifts into the great garden of God's kingdom, so that maybe they can grow into a religious vocation.
The Oblates of St. Francis de Sales, men with a passion for learning, spirituality, and service. They are our friends and our brothers, men who come from all walks of life. Perhaps you know someone who is on his journey to become an oblate.